Yeah. Data is a big topic of discussion whenever we're in these ERP transformation shortlist interviews. And typically the question goes something like, how many years of data am I going to have to carry into this new system?
So check out the video I made. We had Paul Byrne from Ireland live on our live stream, and he had a great quote. He said, most data migration efforts are only migrating emotional baggage. And I like it because it's true. If you have a system that's been around for 30 plus years, why do you need data that was 30 years old? Who's asking you for stuff from 1990s, 30 years ago?
Yeah.
Nobody, right? So, and then clients also ask, the follow-up is like, what is the best practice? Well, typically we've seen clients take over 3 to 5 years of of balances, right? And then 1 year of transactional data. That's for financials. In HR, that might be different because some might want to take on all of the history of when Megan was hired and how many times she has changed her policies and how many times she's had kids, and things change. So that may be important, but not for finance. So you have to define how much data is important to you and why. So the very first thing that our team does is data migration strategy as part of our implementation planning process, in which we will define with you what's important and why you want to move a certain amount of data forward. And by the way, it's up to you. You are the client. You can do without any data. We have clients that have had a sharp cutoff and migrated no data. It's a new world. We're going to start over. There are clients that have migrated 10 years of data. So I think you have to define why you need this much data and what you're going to do with it, how often you're going to access it. And by the way, moving to a new system and only taking 3 years of data doesn't mean that you don't have the rest of it. The rest of your data will still be available to you either on your on-premise system if you decide to keep it alive, or there are cloud-based archival solutions that are available to you that you can use for going back. If you do need to go back and search data from 30 years ago, it's there. The word of caution is data migration is expensive. It tends to be the part of the project that could be a deep sinking hole that doesn't end if you're not careful. Because if you're moving data from 30-year-old systems, the data may not be in a format that is readily ingestible to the new system, right? So now you have to go through this whole process of cleaning it up. And that takes manpower, man hours. That's expensive. And then it may still not fit into the new formats in the new system. So being very deliberate with data migration is important. Making sure that it's really outlined in your contract is very important, because your contract might say, vendor says, we will assist you with data migration. And to you, it means 30 years of data. To the vendor, it means 6 months of data, but it's not defined, right? So now you're in a battle over who was right and what it meant, and the change orders start rolling in. So data strategy is very important before you even think about migrating any data.